In today's video, what else are we going to do than cover downtown Toronto condo prices? As always, we're going to, in this video, go into the details of the month that was with regards to downtown Toronto condo prices in October of 2024. At the time of recording of this video, we're only 4 days into November of 2024. So we're just fresh off the heels of October, the month that was. But quickly, before we get into the numbers, hello, my name is Sam, a Toronto real estate agent. Subscribe to this channel for any content on the Toronto and GTA real estate market, especially condos. No one knows the Toronto condo market better than I do. I can confidently say that. And furthermore, my link is in the bio. Easier than ever to set up a chat for any buying, selling, leasing inquiries. Enough of that. Let's get to the bar graphs. So we're just fresh off the heels of October. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the numbers. Here you guys can see this chart I created, and it breaks down median and average sold prices in October of 2024 in downtown by bedroom number. Now, some people say, why don't you break it down by square foot? Frankly, there's a couple of reasons. I won't spend too much time on that, but one of the main reasons is, first and foremost, I work with buyers every day, so I'm in the head of the buyers. I'm inside the head of the buyers, how they think about the market, and really, frankly, how sellers think about the market. Buyers and sellers, they care about square footage. We look at it when we're going through a listing process or a purchasing process. We obviously account for the square footage as part of our analysis and comparables, but as humans, we're much more keen and lean towards looking at everything primarily based upon the category of number of bedrooms. Secondly, accurate square footage sources for downtown or any condos is difficult to find. Some condos don't have their accurate square footage, other condos do, but collecting all the data for a short video like this would be too cumbersome. And frankly, once again, as I mentioned, unless you go to impact for every single transaction that happened, you really can't get a grasp on things. Nonetheless, let's take a look at this bar graph and really see what it tells us. Of course, studio units in October of 2024 as any given month were the cheapest, no surprise there, but really the average being as low as $334,000, that did surprise me. The median is a bit higher, of course, coming in at $415,000. There was only 19 transactions in October for studios, and really at this point in time, the days of studios selling about 500 is a day of a bygone era. I'm not saying we'll never return to that, but I remember when the market was hot, or even in 2023, certain studios can fetch 500K and above. And in today's market, those 500K and above transaction for studios, with the exception of a few buildings that I can think of, are simply not happening. For one bedroom units, average sold prices came in at $578,000 with a median of $570,000. Now, the thing you have to understand about one bedrooms, in total, there were about 91 sales of one bedrooms. And really, one bedrooms, in my opinion, are one of the property types in downtown where there is a lot of good to great deals to be had. That is also the case with 1+1s, and we'll cover that as well. But what helps one bedrooms kind of stand out right now are that some of the middle-aged to older one bedrooms that are as large or larger than some 1+1s are selling at pretty attractive prices per square foot. Matter of fact, I purchased one in October at a pretty attractive price per square foot as well, considering the location, the building quality, on all that. And speaking of 1+1s, there's a lot that can be said of 1+1s. First and foremost, 1+1s in October of 2024 in downtown Toronto came in at an average sold price of $648,000 and a median sold price of $628,000. This was based on 109 sales, and that sometimes surprises people. More 1+1s sell than one bedrooms typically, but that's not always the case. Fact of the matter is that in today's hybrid work environment, 1+1s, in my professional opinion, are more valuable than ever. Of course, this is not reflected in the sales prices. The sales prices are down from peak market 2023. We've discussed that at length, but I think once the market kind of rebounds, we're going to kind of see a even stronger return for 1+1. Thus far, at an average basis, 1+1s have been the most resilient. Those numbers can obviously be massaged either way. For instance, we're talking purely about 1+1s in downtown, North York, Midtown, GTA wide. Specific buildings, specific streets can yield different results. But from my experience, according to the numbers and on the ground, really most buyers that are coming my way right now are seeking 1+1s more than one bedrooms. Matter of fact, there's actually more of a crossover between 2-bedroom buyers right now and 1+1 buyers, as opposed to the traditional belief that, oh no, 1-bedroom buyers and 1+1s, there's more of an overlapping circle. That's not the case. It's nowadays more so buyers kind of equally considering 2 bedrooms and 1+1s. And once again, this has a lot to do with the additional space afforded by a 1+1, primarily for most of my buyers, most of the buying demographic in downtown, which are newer generation, younger people, maybe first-time home buyers who need that den for their office setup because it's most likely a hybrid situation. And then quickly taking a look at 2-bedroom sales here. For just 2 bedrooms, we see an average sold price of $892,000 with a median sold price of almost $800K, $799 to be exact. Now, if you notice, the gap between the average and median for 2s and of course 2+1s as well is higher. That's because, and this is something I've mentioned many times, and I also mentioned this in my analysis when I first sent this chart across in my exclusive WhatsApp group chat. The link to that is in the description box. That's where I first share across these articles, these charts I create or charts I get from elsewhere, market data, market stats, and my professional opinion of what I'm seeing on the ground. So go definitely join that chat. It's 100% anonymous. Anyways, as I said in my chat, the variety in terms of the other variables not accounted for, like square footage, parking, unit quality in terms of finishes, in terms of windows, in terms of exposures, in terms of floor height. Those are much more expansive with 2 bedrooms and 2+1s, because on one hand, you can buy a 2-bedroom in downtown that's around 750 square feet in a more middling building, or you can buy a 2-bedroom that's 1,200, 1,300 square feet. That's considered a penthouse for 1.5 million, right? So since the gap is so large, it's not often that exaggerated, but that is a real thing too. The gap between median and average is going to be, noticeable because there will be more outlier sales. Same thing applies to 2+1s. Now, the appetite for 2s and 2+1s right now are a little less than 1s and 1+1s. At least that's according to, once again, what I am seeing. There are definitely 2-bedroom buyers out there. There are 2+1 buyers out there. But because right now the margins are so thin and tight between what sellers can negotiate on and what buyers are willing to go up on, when I'm representing the seller, of course, I don't give a crap about what buyers are thinking. When I'm representing the buyers, I don't really give a crap about what the seller is thinking. So on both sides of the spectrum, I'm seeing how thin the margins are. Every $1,000 that is negotiated is like winning, a kilometer in a battlefront in a modern warfare, right? It's just so many. You really have to fight tooth and nail for every inch, and in this case, every inch is like every $1,000. Deals are not really coming to fruition right now. There's a lot of impasses happening for 2 bedrooms and 2+1s, and this is exemplified more so by 2+1s. There were only 57 2+1 transactions. Now, of course, there are less 2+1s listed as well, right? But really 2+1 sellers are more so sticking to their bottom line as opposed to the other bedroom numbers. But of course, this equally applies to those. But of course, this also applies to those as well. But of course, this is also a factor in negotiations for any other property type right now anyways, right? I think it's just more so exasperated, or I think it's just more so highlighted with the 2+1 condo type as opposed to the 1 or 1+1. Anyways, those were the downtown Toronto condo prices by bedroom number. As always, for more content on the Toronto and GTA real estate market, you already know what to do. Follow me for more, subscribe for sure, and my link is in the bio. It's easy to set up a chat with me. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for a lot of more exciting, awesome content. I appreciate it. Thank you.